Good evening, everyone. I have returned from the dead to the land of the living for one purpose: to review the 1932 classic horror film, The Mummy, starring Boris Karloff, aka Karloff the Uncanny, as a mummy. I thought it might be a good idea to review one of the classic mummy films. None of this Brendan Fraser crap. But I must admit, after viewing the film last night, it was, shall we say, not what I expected. The classic images of Karloff as the mummy. You know, he's got the bandages and he's all wrapped up and he's going like this, like I am right now, you know what I'm saying? That character is not really in this film very much. Karloff plays a mummy named Imhotep, and for most of the film, he looks, well, like this guy. He's attempting to portray himself as just a regular Egyptian dude who has this hat and some kind of wrinkly skin, but that's about it, really. But, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad film. This is a classic horror film. And if you are a horror buff, it is a must-see. Let me tell you why. First of all, the lighting is spectacular. This movie is very old, but they did a fantastic job lighting it. I thought it looked tremendous. Second, this is a movie that is really more about the tone and the atmosphere as opposed to thrills and chills and blood and gore. The actors and everyone involved with the project do a great job of creating a very tense atmosphere. And finally, this is Karloff at his peak. He is fantastic in this movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed his performance. The plot is, it's a little slow, but there's some great performances, and there's a lot to enjoy in this film, so I highly recommend it. Just keep in mind that you're not going to see a whole lot of, the mummy. It's more, Karloff is sort of this weird-looking, creepy dude. Well, I gotta get going. Got some things to attend to back at, my coffin, and some things with my wife. Yes, I have a wife. It's not that big of a deal. Dead people have wives too in the afterlife. So, if you're in the mood for a classic monster movie from Hollywood's golden age, check out Boris Karloff in The Mummy.